So I started out by ordering this Foothills Trail map from the Foothills Trail organization. It's a waterproof map, and it unfolds and shows you the whole topo of all the different campsites, water sources, vistas, waterfalls, bridges, that sort of thing. And then on the other side is the topo. Shows you the elevation changes. And again, it lists down here all the different mileage and different landmarks. And I hiked from left to right. So over here is like Sassafras and Pinnacle.
So here's a more stable view of the map. Again, I'm hiking left to right, but I circled the two of the campsites that I stayed at. I obviously stayed at 4 campsites, but I stayed at the Toxaway campsite, which is at mile, it says on the map 42.6, but it's actually at 48.6. And it shows that it has a tent site, water available, a fire pit, and a bear bag hoist cable. And then I also stayed at Chimney Top Gap campsite at mile 59.1 with the same amenities. And here's the elevation profile. It helps you to plan like what kind of mileage you might think you'll be able to do. I mean, if it's nice and flat like it is in the center of this map, you know that it's going to be pretty easy hiking. But as you get to the right side, you can see that you're starting to go up the mountains. And I put little stars next to the 2 of the campgrounds that I stayed at. Again, this is not the full map. All right, so we're here at Whitewater, and we are dropping off this ammo box, which has got my food in it. And this is Carla. Hi. Carla is my shuttle driver, so she's the one that's bringing me to the side of the trail. So we're locking this to the tree, and I've got 5 days of food inside of that box. All right, so I'm at the start of the the Foothills Trail. And as you can see from the sign there, you got 76.2 miles to go. So all happy right now, but we'll see how it goes. A little chilly today. Good hiking weather. Well, there's some benefit to hiking in the winter months in that there's not a lot of foliage, so you can kind of get views through the woods where it would normally be too vegetated and leafy to be able to see, but you can see all the different mountains. Probably be heading across some of them. I don't know. There's the trail. Yep. I guess we'll start. Well, I don't know if this looks familiar, but this is where I camped the last time I made a video. And we're going to keep on going. Lick Log's, another 4.7 miles, but I'm hoping to hit the Burrows Ford, which is about another 8 miles. Is it 8 miles? No, I guess it's another 12 miles. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get like 16 miles in today. So because of the whole shuttle thing, I didn't get in as early a start as I would hoped. I mean, I got as early a start as I could, but anyway, there she is. I didn't actually videotape it, but there was somebody actually camping at that Tomasi campsite, and I don't know if you can see it there. That's his bear bag hanging there, and based on how much food he has in there, I'm assuming that he is going in the same direction I am, but we'll see. All right, so I don't know if you can read on that sign, but I got less than 70 miles to go, so we're in the 60s, and by the looks of it, it's almost 9 miles to the campsite, so making progress, getting there. Well, I see here on the sign that it looks like somebody's been reported missing, this Bryant. I guess if you go missing, they post some signs around. All right, we're about 8 miles in at Lick Log Falls. I just gotta believe like the Boy Scouts have a lot of fun with the name Lick Log, and Tenderfoot's probably getting them to lick some logs here, but anyway, it's beautiful. I'm gonna stop, have a quick lunch, and then move on because like I said, I want to get to Burrows Ford. That's about 8 miles from here, and daylight's getting darker. I got plenty of time, but I just can't hang out too long. All right, looks like there's some beaver activity. It looks like they want to dam the Chattooga River. Good luck to them. So that's the river. I guess they're looking to dam. But it's a pretty big river and it's pretty fast flowing, so I don't know how good a luck they're gonna have. Well, it looks like it's gonna be a cold night. I guess I get to test out that sleeping bag. Maybe I won't be hot sleeping outside the bag. But I see these icicles are forming here on these roots. All right, dinner tonight is chili mac and beef. But Ashley only gave me one of those ice cream bars, so I will not be having any dessert. So this campsite's right alongside the river, boiling some water to add to my chili mac and beef. And I got a tea bag, gonna have a cup of tea too. So I'm going to be enjoying dinner now. But what I was saying is that I chose a campsite now, not on the river, because I thought it'd be warmer to be out here in the woods. We'll see tonight. All right, we're here at the campsite. It's actually morning. Getting ready to have my morning coffee. Let's see if I can zoom in on. There it is. A Nescafe with some powdered milk and sugar in it. I actually tried Folgers. I didn't like the Folgers, but here I'm going to give you a little tour. So I set up my tent right there because that was like the flattest area. And then this campsite is a little less rustic than some of the other ones. You can see they actually have something to hang your bear bag on right here. See those two posts, and they got the pole over the center. So you can just simply throw your string and hang your bag there, and that's where I hung my bear food last night. They also have this pack rack. So you can hang your pack there and load it up and unload it. Mine's in the tent right now. And down that path, the river's on the other side. There's some campsites on the river, but I thought it would be warmer to be away from the river last night because it was chilly last night. My nose was cold, but pretty much everything else was warm. I got a pretty good bag. All right, I don't know the name of this falls, but it's the most impressive one I've seen here in South Carolina so far. The interesting thing is there was a sign just down the path there that said what the name of the falls was, but I have a memory like Mom, so I can't remember. But another beautiful day to be out here. All right, so there you go. It was Kings Creek Falls. That's the name of the waterfall. I don't know if you can see the sign there, but it says Table Rock State Park. What is it, 59.8 miles? So now I'm in the 50s. Making progress. So the Boy Scouts maintain water cisterns along the trail for hikers to fill their water bottles. And they mark them with these blue reflector markers. And there's so much water running now, I mean, you don't need to use the cisterns, but when the dry season comes, then the cistern would be useful. So there's the cistern right there, you can see. So that blue reflector marks it. It's a beautiful view. I tried doing a selfie, but my camera basically washes out all the horizon, turns it all white. So this is a gnarly old tree. Wonder what happened to that. Make it grow like that. It's interesting. All right, I'm here at Hiker's Perils Falls. Let me move over a little, you can see the sign. Yeah. Wonder how it got its name. I don't think I'm going to try to hike up it. Alright, I'm about 9 miles in for the day. And I'm going to have my lunch here at the Sloan Bridge access. Here's lunch. It's a tuna smart bowl, pasta and beans, zesty lemon flavor, and I wrap them up in these, I don't know what you call them, tortillas? Multi-grain tortilla. So I just spread half of it on one side, half of it on the other, and then roll it up, make a nice little sandwich. And there's my lunch. I will generally say that they taste better than they look. So most people don't know this, but when you make a funnel wrap with half of a pita bread. The idea is that the flat part is actually the bottom and the round part is the top. So you'll see as I roll this over, this is how it goes. So here's my resupply box. Let's hope the bears and the coons didn't figure out how to open it. And there's my food for the next 4 days. So I got about 5.5 pounds of food in there. It's going to be heavy. I got to carry it down to the campsite. I packed myself an apple in the resupply box. Not something you usually carry because it's so heavy because of the water content. But I figured, hey, it'll be a little special treat when I get it out of the box. So, wow. Wow. Rock State Park, 52 miles. We're in the 50s. So a coney means land by the water. And you can see why the Indians called it a coney. There's so many waterfalls and streams. It's really beautiful here. All right, another beautiful day out here on the Foothills Trail. This is day 3. I got a little bit of a decision to make. So I've got 2 campsites I can use. There's one in 10 miles, which is a Bear Gap. And then there's another one in 18 miles. That's Rock Creek. And I know what you're thinking, hey, push it. Do the 18 miles, stay at Rock Creek. But I just got my resupply, so my pack is heavy. I did look at the elevation map, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of elevation change from here to the Rock Creek campground, but it shows on the map 685 steps just before there. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. So this is what it's all about. Fresh, cool morning air, rushing rivers, crossings, beautiful. Well, today's a milestone day. Check that out. I'm at the halfway point, trucking along. Now that's a nice bridge. Looks like there's quite a few stairs on the other side, but I know that's not the 685 that come later. All right, check out this rock. There's very little holding it up. I can't believe one of these days it doesn't just slide right down and crush some unsuspecting hiker. Looks like people have stuck little stones under there to try to keep it, but I can't believe that's going to do much. Kind of interesting. Now this is pretty cool. It's a suspension bridge over a ravine down there. The lake tucks away through the trees there. Boy, what a beautiful sight. It's doesn't look like it's got any, it's in the state forest, so there's no building up around it at all. It's so peaceful. There's another cool suspension bridge the trail goes across. There's some pretty awesome bridges on this trail. I don't know if you can see it. But this bridge is kind of, well, because it's a suspension bridge, it kind of shakes and shimmies as you go across. Of course, our kids did that Lake Pemaquid Bridge, so there'd be no issues for them. Right, we got Heartbreak Ridge. So this is where those 696 steps I was talking about are. See if we can see some of them. There they start. 696, what's that? How many flights is that? 50? Around 40, a little 40 to 50 flights of stairs. Good thing I've been doing the Stairmaster at the gym. Oh, this is something. You can see on the side of the trail it looks like something has dug it up, and I see that a lot. Sometimes on both sides of the trail or on one side of the trail, never in the middle of the trail. And I think something's routing it up. I don't know if it's armadillos or maybe it's the wild boars. I don't know. But maybe the dirt's too packed on the trail so they go on the side of the trail. I gotta find out more about that. So here you can see there's some more. It's on both sides of the trail here. But I see that frequently. And it hasn't rained heavy enough, so that's not rainwater that's doing that. If you're ever in doubt of which way the Foothills Trail goes, just head up. Because basically this trail, there's nothing but go uphill. I swear to God. All right, scratch that previous comment, because You can see here the Foothills Trail is actually going down, and some other trails continuing up. I don't know if you know this, but when you come to a double blaze like that, see how there's two white blazes on the sign, or it could be two white blazes on a tree? That basically means the trail does something different, and to pay attention. Oftentimes it's a trail junction, or it could be a hairpin turn, or just something is going on. So basically, when you see a double blaze, it means pay attention to where the trail goes. Double blaze, pay attention, the trail's diverging. All right, so you can see this area is really dug up. Not just like little paths along the trail, but 4 or 5 feet on each side. So I'm thinking it's a wild boar. But I'm gonna ask the ranger when I get back. Note to self, bring a comb in your pack next time. Look at that, 22.6 miles to Table Rock. Getting close. It's absolutely beautiful. This makes it all worthwhile. Mother Nature at her finest. And another cool suspension bridge. And another one, not the same one. All right, so today's meal is the Walmart Premium Chicken Salad, not the regular chicken salad. This is the premium in savory dressing. At it's not Sadie Hawkins, some Hawkins campsite. About 8 miles in, about at the halfway point. Doing good today. I got an earlier start than normal, so I'm actually ahead of schedule. And it seems to have been pretty, except for that beginning with all the stairs and stuff, the Heartbreak Ridge, it's been pretty flat following streams, so I've been able to get some good time in, good mileage. Not another bridge this time, but another beautiful waterfall. I've never seen so many on a hike. This hike is just full of streams and waterfalls and rivers. Beautiful. The sun's finally coming out. The sun's finally coming out and burning off some of this kind of fog. You can see that mountain in the distance, that sassafras. That's tomorrow's climb. That and Pinnacle. Sassafras is the highest point in South Carolina. I've already hiked it, but just a day hike. Table Rock State Park, 14.2 miles to go. I'm on the home stretch. Actually, the home stretch is tomorrow. I'm getting to my campsite, which is like a mile or two away. Talk to you later. And here it is, home sweet home for my last night on the Foothills Trail through hike. I'm going to be staying at Chimney Top. This is also the campsite that got me interested in the Foothills Trail, because I was just doing a day hike up Sassafras Mountain, and I passed this and I said, hey, what's that? And I went and looked at it and thought it was kind of interesting. So I started to do more research and found out about what the Foothills Trail was, and so started my journey. So this is what the campsite looks like, pretty much just a level spot in the woods. Some of them, like a good one like this, has the benches around the fire pit. Some of them just have stones that people put in a circle, but this is a better one. And it's got some level spots to set up your tents. And over here, if I can get it, you can see there's a sign on that tree that says bear bag cable, 125 feet. I don't know if you can see up the path there, but there's 2 trees marked with red markers that have the beer bag hoist. Tonight's dinner is seafood Alfredo. So I'm on top of Mount Sassafras. This is the highest point in South Carolina. After yesterday, I wasn't thinking I was going to have much of a view here, but the vista's absolutely fabulous. I live out on a lake out there somewhere. Oh, what a day. It's got to be 65 degrees. You usually get to the top of a mountain, you start putting your sweatshirt on. I don't think I'm going to need to today. It's absolutely beautiful. Nice, cool breeze. Life is good. And here's the view to the north. So that's North Carolina up there. Another beautiful vistas. So I'm guessing I'm living on not that lake there, but I think this Lake Kiwi is underneath those clouds over there. Maybe they're getting some rain this morning. I don't know. So here's the view to the north. So this is North Carolina up there. Looks like there's some sort of a resort down there. The highest, I don't know, I think that's Mount Pisgah is the highest point. It's almost 6,000 feet. Guess which state I'm in? I'm in Ashley's state of North Carolina and my home state of South Carolina. It's kind of cool. They have this nice like compass at the observation tower up here. Pretty cool. Okay, so according to this sign, Lake Kiwi is supposed to be over there. So I think it is what's under the clouds over there. So you're having a cloudy, rainy day. I'm having a beautiful, sunny day. Better me than you. This is interesting. I thought I'd lost a trail. I'm coming off of Sassafras, and it looked like the trail went to the top of the observation tower. And then I'm trying to figure out where it went. And now I can see they could put little blazes on the sidewalk here. So I just follow it down. I guess back to the parking lot and then to a trail. So leaving Sassafras, it's all downhill from here because this is the highest point in South Carolina. I wish. Oh, look at that. Less than 10 miles to go. Here at Bald Knob. Not a place for those who are afraid of heights. If I don't get the effect with the video. Well, I'm nearing the end of the journey. Less than a quarter of a mile left. I'm actually approaching the Table Rock Visitor Center, or Nature Center down here, where the official end of the trail is. So, kind of a great time. I mean, it was some beautiful days for hiking. Nice and cool. Absolutely fabulous. So, would I recommend it? Absolutely. Victory is mine. I finished it. Woohoo! Kind of anticlimactic. These are the items that I brought on the hike that I didn't actually use. Some of them are backups, like the socks and the water filter and the collapsible water container. Some are for safety. You got the first aid kit, moleskin. Other things like the wallet. I mean, I brought my whole wallet, but really all I should have brought was some money, a credit card, and medical ID, my insurance card. So I kind of separated the two, and same thing with the keys. I only really should have brought my truck key, but I brought all my keys. So it's just added weight that I didn't need. Now, in terms of extra food, you can see that I brought more food than I needed. Now, the top part is one extra day, and I'm allowed, they actually recommend that you bring one extra day of food. So that top section will be the one extra day. You can see I have oatmeal and coffee for breakfast. Then for snacks, I have shredded mini wheat, sugar-coated shredded mini wheats, some trail mix, almonds, and a protein bar. And then I have usually a wrap for the lunch, let's say. And then for dinner, I have a pasta side with added either chicken or tuna fish. So that whole top section of food is really my spare one day of food. But all the food below would be extra food that I really didn't need to bring. They say that new backpackers, that's one of the biggest mistakes they make, is bringing extra food. I didn't do too bad, except for oatmeal. I don't know what I was thinking. I brought about twice as much oatmeal as I really needed. And that bag of oatmeal that you see there on the bottom half is about a half a pound. So, and these things add up. So the total, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete the things that I would bring again, like the safety and the backup stuff, and you'll be able to see what I really did that was in excess. So these are the items that I brought on my hike that I didn't need to bring. I actually brought two of the syringes that are used to back flush the filter. So that's why you see one in the picture here, because I actually did have another one that I did bring. So this is the extra food and items that I really shouldn't have brought. And the total weight of these items is 1.8 pounds. Now you might think to yourself that 1.8 pounds is not enough, not a lot of weight. But when you think that I'm considering to spend $700 on a tent to save 1 pound, because it's 1 pound lighter than my existing tent, this is almost $1,400 worth of poundage right here. So I think I need to do a little bit better job of paying attention to what I'm bringing.